College sports are some of the most captivating sports in all of America. Whether it be Alabama playing Auburn, Duke playing Kansas in a high-stake basketball game, or A&M playing LSU, Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, etc. College sports captivate me and millions of people every week. College sports draw in views from me and millions of people every week. College sports make billions of dollars every year. With this being said, those athletes that draw in me and millions of other people, they do not get paid, even though college sports make over $1 billion a year. And it's because of this that I chose to do this as my research. I wanted to examine and find out why athletes do not get paid. I wanted to find out how they can get paid. I wanted to find out what is necessary to achieve the latter. It's because of this that I conducted research and I deducted my research question. My research question is as follows. Why does the National Collegiate Athletic Association make billions of dollars every year, and yet the student athlete receives no money? And what steps are necessary to eradicate this problem? Upon doing my research, I realized that there are a multitude of corruption, and there is a multitude of immoralities. But before I started on my research, I had to create a hypothesis. My hypothesis is this. If the NCAA and the student athletes can reach a compromise, then the corruption and the immorality within the NCAA will decrease, thus allowing the NCAA to make more money. Now, this entire semester I've been researching this, and I would believe, fairly versed within it all. So, with that being said, here are my findings in a quick little presentation. $20. Does $20 to you as an individual sound like a lot of money to make for an hour of labor? Well, how about 15? Does $15 to you sound like a lot of money to make for an hour of labor? How about we knock it all the way down to $7.25? $7.25 is the national minimum wage in the United States of America. But if you ask me, $7.25 for an hour of my hard work and my labor, that's just insulting. They only be paid $7.25 for an hour of hard work, of picking up boxes, moving stuff around, talking to customers, is insulting. To me, though, it may be insulting to a college athlete, and this is a lot more than what they're making at the moment. For in college sports, the athletes they're not allowed to be paid at all. The athletes cannot receive compensation in any way. They cannot sell autographs. They cannot be paid to do well in a game. And they cannot, well, technically they can get a job, but they don't really have the time to because college sports take up almost 60 to 80 hours a week for the athlete. Now, the finances in the NCAA are nothing that should surprise anybody. The NCAA is a multi-billion-dollar company. In 2016, they capped over $1 billion for the first time in the history, and they're only growing. In 2016, in the NCAA March Madness basketball tournament, they made over $770 million over that 3-week period alone. $770 million. And you know who everybody was watching during those 3 weeks? The college athletes. All the college athletes were being broadcasted to millions of people for those entire 3 weeks. And for those entire 3 weeks, you want to know how much the college athletes made? $0. They didn't make a single cent because it is against the rules in the NCAA to be paid if you're an athlete. Now, switch it over to something that's kind of more at home. Jimbo Fisher, the head coach of the Fighting Texas Aggie football team. Do you know how much money he makes in a year? $7.5 million. $7.5 million. While in 2016, in the entire state of Texas, if you add up all the sports scholarships, it only amounts to $3.1 million. The finances in the NCAA are nothing that is a hindrance, and there's nothing that is stopping the NCAA from paying the athletes. Instead, it is greed. The NCAA does not want to pay the athletes because they don't want to lose any more revenue, even though they have over $1 billion in revenue. Now, this is something that's been in the forefront for a very long time. Many people have understood that college athletes should be paid. It kind of started around the whole Johnny Manziel era where it really brought to light, and NCAA, I'm sorry about that, and ESPN picked up the news and was running it for a while, talking about why college athletes should get paid and how they should get paid, all because of Johnny Football. Johnny Football was somebody who everybody loved to watch, but he couldn't get paid at all. So it's been circulating for a while. However, last fall, and I believe it was October 2019, California passed a bill. The bill is called the Fair Pay to Play Act. It's a mouthful if you don't really know how you're saying it. But the Fair Pay to Play Act allows college athletes to get paid off of their likeness, off of their image, which means if I would have bought this shirt that says me and my homies, it's Patrick Mahomes. If I would have bought this shirt after the bill would have been paid in California, Patrick Mahomes would have received a portion of the profit and it would have gone into his pocket. However, since I didn't do that, since I bought it before this bill was passed in Texas, he didn't see any of that money. A shirt with his likeness on it, a shirt with a play on words with his last name, a shirt that is being sold to his fans. He is the individual who is pulling customers in. He, Patrick Mahomes, is the individual who is selling the shirt. He gets no money because it is illegal. Now, this has been seen time and time again, whether it be Zion Williamson, Johnny Manziel, Patrick Mahomes, or Trevor Lawrence. It happens day in and day out in the NCAA. Constantly, there are people who are not necessarily ripping an individual off, but constantly there are people who are exploiting the NCAA's rules. They profit off of somebody else's success. They get money in their pockets because somebody else allows them to, because somebody else is putting up amazing numbers, because somebody else is just absolutely just playing out of their mind. They as in the NCAA, are allowing individuals to profit off of athletes. But due to the California's Fair Pay to Play Act, this will no longer be an issue because now athletes are able to make money off of their likeness. If I was an athlete in California and my face was put on a shirt just like Patrick Mahomes was, I would get a portion of the profit. I can sell my autographs now and make money to go buy some food. I can now make more than $7.25 an hour. I can make more than $15 an autograph. I can make more than $20 for working 80 hours a week. Now, with this being said, California paved the way very clearly for future states. I am a firm believer that there's a compromise to everything in life. Nothing ever has to go just one side. Everything can come meet in the middle. Now, the NCAA does not have to pay every athlete, and the athlete doesn't have to get paid at all. Instead, you can come in the middle. You can meet in the middle and allow every athlete to have the potential to get paid. Now, I'm not saying every athlete every week is going to receive a paycheck with X amount of dollars on it, with the NCAA saying, thank you so much for the ratings. Instead, high-profile athletes like the aforementioned Zion Williamson, Johnny Manziel, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, they're all going to be able to receive revenue. I say this because there are an absurd amount of college athletes in the world today, in the United States let alone. And the ability to pay each and every one of them a fixed amount of money is not necessarily possible. So, with that being said, the people who generate the most revenue, the people who draw in the most attendance, and the people who captivate eyes are the individuals who will get paid, such as Patrick Mahomes. Now, I believe that every state in this nation alone, the United States of America, should allow college athletes to get paid. They should allow the athlete to be able to go out and make a revenue to get a source of income. They should allow the 13th man on the basketball roster or the 153rd man on the NFL or the NCAA roster to go out and film a local commercial for their town and get maybe like $200 for it. They should allow a high profile athlete like Johnny Manziel or Zion Williamson to go out and sign a big endorsement deal and get more cash in their pocket. Being young and being exposed to such money may not be a good thing. But at the same time, they'll be able to hire an agent. They'll be able to be exposed to that money early on to where they'll be able to learn and stuff about it. They can take classes on finances and learn how to potentially save their money correctly while still in college. They can pay off their loans if they have any. They can do anything and everything they can to help themselves succeed. Now, the thing about paying college athletes in the gray area between it all is the NCAA doesn't want to do it, but the college athletes want them to. And just like I said before, there's always a compromise. You can always just meet in the middle. Allow them to get paid, but you ain't got to pay all of them. Because college athletes, they work 60 to 80 hours every week to provide entertainment to millions of people every year. 60 to 80 hours and they do not get paid. In America, you work your butt off to make your money. In America, you don't stop. You continue getting better because you want to make your money. That is called the American dream. And in America, it is only right to pay those who put the time in. That is called capitalism. And that is how it should work in the NCAA. Thank you.